crazy format?
It's cutthroat, short, sharp, great atmosphere. It'll be fantastic.
We're going to have to play really well to succeed in this one. Best foot forwards and fingers crossed.
We've seen a lot of variations in scoring and a lot of big scores, but we can't actually wait to get on with it.
After several months of planning, the biggest bowls event in history has arrived. The Ultimate Bowls Championship features the world's best players and $500,000 in prize money. Organisers have created an innovative short game format that will change the face of the sport. The Ultimate Bowls Championship is proudly supported by Sports Centre, Ryman Healthcare, Aero Bowls and Warilla Bowls and Recreational Club.
Thank you for joining us here at the Warilla Bowls Club in New South Wales. The Ultimate Bowls Championship is about to get underway. Now, I'm joined by Mark Casey, the tournament CEO and Australian bowls legend. Mark, talk to me about how the Ultimate Bowls Championship is like nothing we've ever seen before.
Yeah, obviously the UBC's got a unique scoring system. Each bowl has the potential to score points through touches and the leads bowls holding shot, which is very different to what we're used to. So it's going to be exciting, and yeah, we can't wait to get underway.
And the interest for the inaugural season has been overwhelming. There's 24 teams, the world's best of the best are here to compete.
Absolutely, as you say, 24 teams from all around the world, not just Australia. So we've got 20 from Australia, 2 from New Zealand and 2 from Asia, which is just fantastic for our sport.
And let's talk about the prize money, $500,000, record-breaking stuff.
Obviously the players are excited by that. $500,000 for our sport is unheard of. This will be the world's richest bowls event, so it's just incredible, and yeah, as I say, I just can't wait to get underway.
That's it. We can feel the excitement ramping up here at Warilla Bowls Club. Let's get the Ultimate Bowls Championship underway.
The Ultimate Bowls Championship has been created in an effort to attract more people into the sport of bowls by providing a fun, fast format which will see games completed in roughly 25 minutes as opposed to traditional forms of the game that take much longer.
One of our big objectives was trying to attract a new audience to our sport. You know, our games will be 25 minutes long compared to, a couple of hours. It's going to entice more younger and new people into our games, and that's what our clubs need.
The UBC is a pairs event. However, all teams will consist of 3 players who will rotate during each event. The championship in 2019 will be decided over 3 rounds at Warilla, Deer Park and Moama. One of the UBC's most exciting features is its dynamic and innovative scoring system. Players will have the opportunity to score points with every bowl that is played. A toucher will earn their team 3 points, as will holding the shot when the leads have finished their bowls. Both teams will have the opportunity to earn points on the same end. 10 points for the closest bowl, 5 points for the second closest, and 3 points for the third closest.
You can't really take your time. You sort of all speed it up, so you don't have much time to think. So you sort of have to be more reactive than proactive, and it'll be different, but it'll be fun to watch.
Rather than using traditional scoreboards, the UBC will be utilising electronic screens which will be positioned at the end of each rink. All screens will be connected to the UBC's newly developed web-based app, which will automatically update the score as points are awarded. The 24 teams taking part in 2019 have attracted the world's best players, not least of which is reigning world number 1 Alex Marshall, who's been signed by the mighty Moama Club. The UBC has attracted 4 international teams, the Bowls Asia Eagles and Dragons. New Zealand is represented by the South Island Storm and Wellington Hornets. In addition to Moama, Victoria is also represented by the Albert Park Ultra Orbs, the Dandenong Club, the Deer Park Chargers, the Port Melbourne Burrow Boys, the Port Melbourne Navigators, and the all-ladies Southern Bells team and Whittlesea Eagles. Queensland is fielding 5 teams in the Ultimate Bowls Championship, including the powerful Broadbeach Bulls Club, ITP Queensland, the North Queensland Roos, the Weeper Crocs and Team Exodas. New South Wales, meantime, is represented by 4 very strong sides: the Tweed Heads Bowls Club, the Warilla Gorillas, the Cabramatta Bull Ants and Tarrant Point. South Australia is fielding 2 teams comprising the Streaky Bay Sharks and Club Hold Fast Heat. And last but not least, there's the UBC wildcard team. After 1.5 days of preliminary matches that produced an outstanding spectacle, at the end of day one, the Streaky Bay Sharks were the pace setter in Section A, having won all 7 matches it contested. The Point and Team Exodas, winning 5 games, were second and third respectively. In Section B, the Wellington Hornets emerged undefeated after the first day's play, in advance of Tweed Heads, Cabramatta and Moama. Day 2 saw the preliminaries conclude with the Streaky Bay Sharks, Dandenong Club, Team Exodus and The Point leading Section A, whilst the Wellington Hornets, Moama, the Warilla Gorillas and Bowls Asia Eagles dominated Section B. The scene was now set for finals action. On today's show, you'll see highlights of the first 2 quarterfinals. And first up, it's the Streaky Bay Sharks facing the Bowls Asia Eagles.
Thanks for joining us here at Warilla for the first ever UBC event. Where you're watching from around the world, I'm Chris Green and lucky enough to have Australian Jackaroo star Ray Pearce in the commentary box for this first quarterfinal between Streaky Bay Sharks and Bowls Asia Eagles. Welcome, Ray.
Thanks, Chris. I'm really excited to see this first quarterfinal match between Bowls Asia Eagles and the Streaky Bay Sharks for the inaugural event of the UBC.
Georgia White has the players rinkside. Let's head to Georgia.
Thanks, Chris. It's getting exciting here on the rink, leading into this first quarterfinal between the Streaky Bay Sharks and the Bowls Asia Eagles. I'm joined here by Ben Twist of the Streaky Bay Sharks. How are you feeling going into this game?
Yeah, good. We had a pretty good sectional play throughout the last couple of days, so we're feeling confident and hopefully we can put in a good performance tonight.
Nice. And you've had a little break, had some food, so you're ready to draw plenty of touches now, John?
Hopefully we can draw some touches and get it going, but we've had a nice break away, so we're ready to go.
Ready to go, nice. And Vivian, are you looking forward to this final match?
Hopefully we will do our best, and enjoy the game.
Very exciting, big crowd here. Are you nervous?
Just a bit.
Well, good luck, guys. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Georgia. We're in for an exciting match here, Ray. You played against the Bowls Asia Eagles. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, Shane, we played against Shane Leonard in that game, and Mr. Yip led up for them, and they were very consistent. So it's really good to see the international team in the first quarterfinal match today.
It is fantastic, and as you mentioned, you played against Shane Leonard. So each side consists of 3 players. Each team can use 2 of those players per match. In this match, we have John Fleming leading up for the Streaky Bay Sharks with Ben Twist skipping, and Mr. Ye is leading up for the Bowls Asia Eagles, joined by skipper Vivian Yip. We have John Fleming on the mat. John's been in fine form on this TV rink. Ray, plenty of points on offer. This new exciting format, as we see with the graphic on screen there, the first, second, third shot at the conclusion of end will score points. So 10 points for the first, 5 points for the second, and 3 points for the third. Throughout the end, any touches, 3 points. After the leads bowls, whoever's got the closest bowl, 3 points. So many opportunities to score points.
We don't see that often in our game, so it's really exciting. It's been an exciting couple of days. So I'm really looking forward to a lot of touches and a lot of points on display. I think John Fleming led the toucher going into this quarterfinal match. So there's plenty of points up for grabs.
The crowds have been fantastic. They've been in here both days. Now they're all going to be surrounded around the TV rink because throughout sectional play there were 11 rounds of sectional play, so each team played 11 games leading into the quarterfinals. And throughout those games we had 6 rinks playing, 5 on the back side of the TV rink, but now all the action's focused to the TV rink.
Down, big John.
John Fleming down here.
You got the shot, mate, anyway.
Just high, just past, but he has got shot, and so that will be 3 points. No touches at this stage, but as we see on screen there, lead shot to the Streaky Bay Sharks, so already a little bit of scoreboard pressure. It's something interesting, isn't it? The first end hasn't even been completed, but it's 3-0. That's what the players are playing for, $60,000 for the winners. We've got 2 trophies there. We've got one for the event winners and one for the Golden Touch Award. So that is awarded to the player with the most touches throughout the event. Vivian Yip looking to draw a shot. no one has really conquered this forehand away from the club, Ray. When you got a chance to play on this rink, which hand did you play?
We usually play forehand around the clock, usually on the TV rink. But these players are just trying to get into their groove after the N1. So no, I'm sure this match will warm up as Twisty comes in, and it looks pretty close here.
Speaking of warming up, Ray, the more people in the crowd changes the temperature, and the green does change a little bit. Not many people would know that, but even though it's carpet, just because of the temperature, when it gets hotter or colder, the green does change just a touch. Vivian attacking here.
That'll be 3 points for the Baus Asia Eagles for a toucher.
Very attacking player, Vivian.
I think it stayed in bounds too, so Ben Twist has got a tricky shot drawing to the peg and to the ditch.
A very class player, isn't he, Ray? You've played a lot with Ben. He loves this format of bowls, doesn't he?
He's a very, very consistent player, and he's a very good person as well. So looks like Ben's drawn the shot there.
So as we see on the screen, the blue first. So that's Streaky Bay holding first shot. Baus Asia Eagles holding second and third. And it's not until the conclusion of the end where the points get tallied up, but you can score throughout the end with any touches. There won't be any more touches this end as the Jack's in the ditch. So it's all about trying to get the first, second and third shots now.
Well, Vivian's left Ben Twist with a fair bit of room to add another shot here, so I think Ben just needs to play exactly the same bowl.
Very consistent player, Ben Twist. John Fleming just asking this to hold.
I think he's done enough here.
He has done enough. So that'll be first and second shot, which will be 10 and 5. And 3 to the Baus Asia Eagles. More UBC action after a short break. Stay with us, don't miss a thing.
Crazy format. You know, my first initial thought was it's just going to be a drive fest, but then I start thinking that there's too much for second and third shot. You know, too many points on offer for second and third. So I think we're going to learn from our mistakes, but I don't think tactics are going to be the same from one game to another. It's wide open. I think we all start on a pretty level playing field. There's some amazing talent here, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of shots up for grabs every end.
Welcome back. Fantastic views there, Ray, from the world's best players. We join the action on N3 and we see Streaky Bay Sharks. They're streaking away, 36-9.
Yeah, it looks like they've come away the last couple of ends. So John Fleming's given Ben Twist a very good start each end, and but it seems 36-9 is like a big score, but there is plenty of points up for grabs the next two. So the Baus Asia Eagles is very much still in the game.
Absolutely short, sharp format, just 5 ends. But if you score the ultimate end, so an ultimate end is when you score first, second and third shot at the conclusion of end, that is 18 points. So it can change around very, very quickly.
Well played here, John.
Ray, you mentioned John Fleming. That's one of the big things about this format, the leads. If a lead can set up a really good platform, it gives the skippers those opportunities to make the shots towards the end. Also, if they're scoring touches, they're getting the 3 points. If they're holding shot at the lead break, another 3 points.
Well, usually in conventional game, our leads or our up front players don't really get rewarded, but in the UBC, with every toucher, they get 3 points, and on the crossover, if your team's holding, they also get 3 points. So potentially there's 12 points up for grabs for our leads.
It's all about finding a groove, finding that perfect rhythm. Each end is played over 26 metres. There are orange dots on the green. As we see John Fleming just shy of a toucher there, but holding a very good shot and second shot. And there is a mark, a blue mark, which is 3 metres up from the end of the ditch, and that is the respot. So if the jack is killed, the jack will go back to the blue spot. It looks like this last orange bowl is moving around to that blue spot. So Vivian, being an attacking player, does give her an option there. However, another 3 points to the Streaky Bay Sharks. We see some fantastic supporters there in the Jungle Bar here at Warilla. A fantastic concept this week.
The Jungle Bar's been filled up all week.
It has. It's only going to get busier today with the quarterfinals. Ben Twist just covering around here, knowing Vivian is an attacking player. Vivian Yip attacking again on the forehand, playing big weight.
That's close.
Just misses the shot bowl. Luckily enough not to take her own bowl out near the blue dot there, which is the respot dot. Ben Twist probably looking to cover around there now with a 30-point lead, Ray. Just sort of looking to cover. Already holding 15 points if it was to stay this way at the conclusion of the end. Very good second shot to the dot. Attacking again here, Ray.
Well, I'd like to see a little bit more of a perfect shot to try and see the bowl trailer jack, but she's on the drive again, so it looks like she's got her own bowl here, so that's a devastating result for Vivian.
Not only her own bowl, which was third shot, she's also removed the bowl near the blue dot, so Streaky Bay Sharks now hold the ultimate end with first, second and third shot and a little bit at the tee. Look at the slow-mo there, some fantastic footage. Ben just covering all areas now. We might see that a little bit more of a perfect shot now, Ray.
Well, they need at least shot here, otherwise this game's going to get away with them. So she doesn't look too bad here. I think she's nearly played this, Chris.
What a fantastic shot.
What a great shot by Vivian.
Just what she needed to keep the Bowls Asia Eagles in the match. So 3 points for the toucher, 10 points for holding shots. Second and third still to Streaky Bay. Hope you're enjoying the action as much as us. More to follow after the break.
You're watching live coverage of the inaugural Ultimate Bowls Championship from the Warilla Bowls and Recreational Club. Our coverage proudly presented by Sports Centre, Ryman Healthcare, Aero Bowls and Warilla Bowls and Recreational Club.
Back with the action here on the fifth and final end of quarterfinal number one. Streaky Bay Sharks, very comfortable leaders here. Ray, they've played a very good game.
Yeah, the Streaky Sharks have been very consistent. And, I think the game's just out of reach, but it'd be nice to finish off on a high here. So, but it's the Streaky Bay Sharks are going to be very hard to beat for this event.
They are. Through the sectional play rounds, which was 11 matches, they only lost one, which was their final match heading into the quarterfinals, but they've bounced back here. It has been a fantastic effort from the Bowls Asia Eagles. First ever UBC event, one of two Asian sides in the event, and to make the quarterfinals is a great start.
Well, like many teams, it's obviously the first event for the season, so I think every team is going to get better as event 2 and 3 come on.
Tactics have already changed, haven't they, Ray? Leading into events, teams had sort of some ideas, but after game, tactics did change.
Yeah, well, we Matabulans also thought that it was going to be an attacking style, but with points up for grabs for every bowl virtually, we had to change our look to the game, and we were a little bit conservative going through the match, but I'm sure it'll change again in the future.
One of the best things about the event is the amount of players involved, and we're unearthing almost some of the great talents in world sport. Some people might not have known John Fleming before this event, but he's definitely stamped his mark on the event.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, he led the Golden Toucher award leading into this. So, but like we've got Commonwealth Games champions, world champions, and a lot of other players that are coming through the ranks too. So, the UBC have done very good to attract these players.
Fantastic shots of the crowd. They're all in here for quarterfinal number one. Still 3 quarterfinals, then a semis, and then the final. What a big night they've got ahead of themselves. Ben Twist, he's going to be a player to beat in this format.
Well, Twisty's been in great form, and even before this, coming into this event, he's been in great form. So he's definitely a player that's going to make a difference down the back end of each game.
We see in the bottom of our shot there, Samantha Noronha, our marker, with her little iPad, so putting the scores in, which generate all the scores, the first, second and third shots at the conclusion event, also the touches and the lead shots, showing all the spectators exactly what's going on.
Ben Twist just trying to get to his own bowl here, or get a toucher for the 3 points, or trail the jack to make it an ultimate end.
That's it, Ray. There's so many opportunities in this. to score, and there's plenty of shots there. Ben not really happy with that, but look, I think they've done enough. Vivian Yip, she's been a character of the UBC. Very attacking player, played some fantastic shots throughout. And there we see just a nice gentle draw for the shot. Then changing hands here, following it down on the backhand. This will be his last bowl for the quarterfinal.
Too far away here. Great shot by Ben Twist.
What a way to finish the quarterfinal for him. His form has been sublime throughout the event. They will make their way. They'll be the first team to book a spot in the semi-final. And attacking here from Vivian to finish off her campaign. Looking for the jack, and she does get the jack. Well, fortunately not to get the jack all the way through. Looks like the blue bowl will be out of bounds. Great action here, look, but there we see the bounce back off her own shot bowl. The jack's following the blue. The blue looks to have gone out of bounds. Good to see an attacking shot to finish off the match, as we see the fantastic slow-mo footage there. Look at this energy here from Vivian Yip. She has had a fantastic time in the UBC. Heading down to Georgia White now with our victorious Streaky Bay Sharks.
Thanks, Chris. I am here with the winning team, the Streaky Bay Sharks. I'm joined by the boys here. How was that? What a win.
Yeah, it was good. Vivian obviously played a lot of big balls there to keep herself in the game, but Benny played really well, so a few couple of touches to go with it as well, so it's good.
That's good momentum moving into the next round.
Oh, certainly. You know, win's a win. We got off to a flying start there the first couple of ends, and you know that's very important in this form of the game. So very happy, and we look forward to the next match.
It's a pleasure to have your company here at the Warilla Bowls Club as our coverage of the Ultimate Bowls Championship continues. Let's get back down to the action.
Thanks, Ebony. What a cracking quarterfinal one we had. Now, quarterfinal 2. Buckle in. We have Team Exodas, represented by Matthew Baus and Aron Sherriff, up against Moama, represented by Jessie Noronha and Alex Marshall. Two of the best players in the world, Sherriff and Marshall, will go head-to-head in this quarterfinal number 2. Down ringside, we have Georgia White with the players from both sides.
Thanks, Chris. I'm here on the rink with all the players. An exciting quarterfinal between the Moama team and Team Exodas. Aron, how are you feeling going into this final?
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's been a great couple of days. Stoked to make finals and just looking forward to having a bit of fun out here.
Wonderful. And Maddie, plenty of banter between you and Aron. Will we see some of that tonight?
Definitely. Yeah, that's what we're about. This is fun, fast, exciting. So hopefully we put on a good show for everyone watching.
Yeah. And plenty of crowd here to support you, Jessie. Are you excited going into this one?
Yeah, very excited. Look, we've done well to make the finals, and hopefully we can turn it up tonight and see
Do you
how we
think
go.
you'll have the majority of the crowd behind you?
Oh, I'm not too sure. They might try and haggle us a bit, just try and get past it behind the other boys, but we'll see how it goes and go from there.
And we're obviously looking for plenty of touches from you, Alex, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll wait and see, yeah. But yeah, looking forward to the game. Should be a great game. But many great games with Aron before and expecting another one tonight.
Thanks, Georgia. The beauty of this format is the players involved. We've got 4 fantastic players here. Ray, any tips for the match?
I'm going to sit on the fence for this one, Chris. The 4 great players. We've got 2 of the best players in the world with Alex Marshall and Aron Sherriff. They've come head-to-head on many occasions over the years, and I would hate to see who would be ahead. But I think it's going to be the difference in this game is going to be the 2 blokes up front. Matthew Baus is one of the most consistent players, throwing down the jack, and Jessie Noronha is an upcoming star as well, being in a jackaroo as well. So I'm going to sit on the fence for this one, Chris.
I'm predicting plenty of points, plenty of touches, plenty of action. So I'm sitting on the fence as well. This can go either way. We've got 4 players in best form. Also favouring that forehand away from the club here. We have seen that. I just haven't seen anyone nail it yet though, Ray. So maybe this is the game.
Awesome, buddy. This is Jessie Noronha's home club here at Warilla Bowls Club. So he's chosen to play down on the forehand side. So think Baus is going to follow in there, and so you know, I guess he's got a little bit of an advantage knowing this rink a little bit better than anybody else on this rink at the moment. But all four class players, I'm really looking forward to some really tight heads and some really attacking shots.
Another great initiative of the Ultimate Bowls Championship is the draft, and that's how you will see Jessie Noronha, who plays for Warilla, is playing for Moama in this. Moama, with their pick at the draft night, selected Jessie Noronha. They've also got Seamus Curtin, who is a New Zealand star. He is not playing this match. Team Exodas, Matthew Baus, holding first and second shot. So this will be the last bowl from the leads. Jessie Noronha looking to draw shot and get 3 points to add to his 3 already for a toucher. All about scoreboard pressure here. We have seen some really big scores opening up after just N1. There is 5 ends. You can see on screen there an orange dot and a blue dot. The orange dot is where it started and the blue dot's the respot. Silky Aron Sherriff on his backhand. Come down and jump all over the jack here.
We found most players playing with a wide bias bowl through this event, Chris.
Yes, what did you use?
I used a set of quantums, Aero quantum, so I did use a big bias bowl. I think most players are using a wider set, so I just found it easier to get back to the centre line here at Warilla. As Marshall comes in and turns over Aron Sherriff's bowl for shot.
He had very good weight there. You did mention about the bowls, so UBC has a pool of bowls that players can select from, or there's sponsored players who have their own bowls. Did you have pool bowls or sponsored bowls?
Yeah, I'm sponsored by Aero. So they supplied me my bowls, and I think most of the players in this event, were lucky enough to have their sponsor supply their bowls for this event and for event 2 and 3 later in the year.
You speak of event 2 and 3. Event 2 is at Deer Park. Event 3 at Moama. Aero Bowls, as you mentioned, is your sponsor. It's also a sponsor of the UBC, along with Ryman Healthcare and Sports Centre, who provided all the uniforms. Don't they look fantastic?
They do look fantastic, and it's a really nice way to set off this event. But back to the game, it looks like Moama are in a bit of trouble here, so I'm not sure what Aron's going to play to try and tidy up, or is he going to try and get back to the back and cover these orange bowls?
Currently holding the ultimate end, first, second and third shot if it stays that way.
There's a bit of an opportunity here for Marshall to get the jack right back for an ultimate end.
Weight on his backhand. He doesn't seem to like it. How's it going to go? Is he going to get a result here off his own? No, it still looks like it's going to be an ultimate end, and what a big start that is. Just 3-all, but 18 points there makes it 21-3 after the first end. Slow-mo here of Alex Marshall heading into the break. We hope you're enjoying the action. We certainly are. More after the break.
You're watching live coverage of the inaugural Ultimate Bowls Championship from the Warilla Bowls and Recreational Club. Our coverage proudly presented by Sports Centre, Ryman Healthcare, Aero Bowls and Warilla Bowls and Recreational Club.
Joining the action back here, quarterfinal number 2, and the game has changed. 21-3 after the first end to Exodas. Moama working their way back into the game on the back of some fantastic lead bowls from Jessie Noronha. Ray, you did mention at the start of the game it was going to be a battle between the leads, as we know the world-class action from the two skippers. Jessie's just starting to jump on top.
Yeah, well, it was always going to be a close match, and we've got this end and one end to play after this. Every point is very crucial, so the more touches we can get up front here with these two guys, it's going to be a big advantage for the next two ends.
It is very close. There is a potential for a tie. If there's a tie after 5 ends, each player plays a bowl, and whoever's closest, they're the winners. So there is still potential for a tie, but just an end and a bit to go. Plenty of action still left in this one.
Give us a tie. I'd like to see a tie.
I'd love to see a tie. Jessie Noronha just a touch quick there, but it will be enough for shot. I don't think it's going to stay shot, though, with the quality of the players on the rink here.
Matty doesn't like this one.
That much through.
Okay, he's going to need to correct with his last.
Yeah.
So as we said, every point is vital now. If you're not getting a touch, you need to be in the area. And if you can be holding shot when the leads cross over, 3 points. Great footage there of Matthew Baus. Just not liking the line he chucked it down on. He looks a bit shy again, looking to the crowd.
Moama bridge the gap now, back to 2 points after Jesse holds a shot. After the leads have played their bowls, so yeah, the difference.
Fantastic footage of these quarterfinals number 1 and 2 this week. Next week, Ray, quarterfinal number 3 between Dandenong Club and Warilla. So we've got the hometown Warilla Gorillas playing against the Dandenong Club, and that's next week.
Alex Marshall plays a very good bowl there. Next week's match is going to be very good with the home club playing in the quarterfinal 3. The crowd should be filling the place out next week.
40-38, just a slender lead here from Exodas, but they're holding. Are they going to be holding shot after this? They're holding second shot. So Moama's on the front foot here, holding first and third shot, only trail by 2. Exodas needs some more bowls in the head.
It's on a fair line here, Alex. How's his weight?
As mentioned earlier, the quality of players. Look at this. Aron Sherriff, Alex Marshall.
Quick, I think, mate.
Commonwealth Games champions, world champions, national champions. They're all playing in the UBC.
Just called it quick out of the hand. He might finish in a pretty good home, though.
4 feet.
Close for third shot.
Alex following it down on his forehand again. Needs some more bowls in the head here.
He needs to draw a second or third shot for more points. Doesn't look too bad here. It's not going to get down enough. It's very close. If it's not second, it's definitely third. So they're currently holding 13 points.
Fortunate enough to have Alex Marshall mic'd up down on the rink after a very slow start. 21-3 on the first end. It's all changed around. Taddy, how are you seeing it now?
Yeah, the first 2-3 ends, Matty Baus was on fire, never really gave us a chance the first 3 ends, but Jesse's came into a really good game. And yeah, we've got a chance now.
Taddy, with only 2 points the different, every shot's vital here.
Yeah, I think we're getting at least 2, but if we're definitely getting first and third anyway, so I think that's enough to put us in front, so yeah, puts us in a good position.
Thanks, Taddy. The action's definitely heating up here after 4 ends, 1 end to go. More to come straight after the break.
It's great to have you back as the coverage of the UBC continues here from Warilla Bowls Club. Now, I've just grabbed our rinkside commentator, Georgia White, to give us a little bit of the insider knowledge. Now, you've been chatting with the players here. The energy is super high. And with this fresh, fun, fast format, this is kind of changing the game plan a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's such a quick game, only 5 ends, they've really got to be able to think on their feet and outside the box a little bit, change up their game plan right in the moment to, yeah, get on with it.
All right, plenty of game faces out there. Let's head back to more of the Ultimate Bowls Championship.
Thanks, girls. Last end here, quarterfinal number 2, and Moama have hit the front for the first end. 21-3 after the first end, heading into the fifth end, Ray, 53-43.
Yeah, Moama's done really good to get back in front in this match. So I think one of these teams are going to have to pounce on this jack very, very early to get away with the win here.
With 10 points difference, any toucher from the leads and whoever's holding shot after the lead bowls is absolutely vital here. More so for Exodas as they are 10 behind, but if Moama can get any touches and just keep putting that scoreboard pressure on, geez, it's going to be hard for Exodas to get on top.
Yeah, someone's going to have to really jump on this jack and put the pressure on the other team. So Exodas have got a pretty good start here with Matty Baus's first bowl. Jesse's reply is very good, so pressure back on Exodas.
We've seen from Jesse, he's just started to stamp his authority in the lead position. It does come from the wealth of knowledge you'd have playing here at Warilla.
Same shot, mate.
Weight was very good from Matty Baus, so Jesse needs to jump on this one because I reckon Matty's going to be very, very close with his last.
Does give opportunities for Sherriff from Team Exodus with Matty's first 2 bowls just under the line, but they are past the jack, so there's an area there for Aron to trail the jack.
Jesse looks very, very good here.
No toucher though, so the score remains 43-53. 1 bowl to come from Baus before one of these sides will score 3.
You got to give it a chance under there, mate. Confident up there. You get an edge, you get the jacks. Good, mate. Give it
As we hear there from Sherriff, change of hands here from Baus. He really wants to be attacking the jack. Give himself an opportunity off that front bowl. He does get 3 points for moving the jack.
He's got it too. It's a great shot.
Oh, it's good, mate.
He got 3 for the toucher, but unfortunately for Exodus, he has pushed that Moama bowl of Jesse Noronha's back towards the jack, so that'll be 3 to Moama. So it almost cuts out the toucher, so the score will remain 10 the difference. We have a 3-bowl draw off here to see who will win the quarterfinal.
He's played an absolute cracker with his first. Still a bit of room for Aron Sherriff. Just over probably 10-12 inches there for Aron, which is plenty of room for him. Looks a touch under the line. But he's played an absolute bomb and a toucher as well, so great shot from Aron Sherriff.
Margin back to 7. Wherever you're watching in the world, please put this in your calendar. This time slot, back again next week with quarterfinal number 3. That'll be Warilla Gorillas and Dandenong Club. But back here, quarterfinal number 2, still anyone's game. 7 the difference. Exodus holding shot.
Aron Alex Marshall, great shot.
So second and third shot here from Moama will be enough to see them through. Exodus need first and second shot, which will give them 15 points. Okay, 1 bowl each to come from these players. Do you want to select anyone, Ray?
I'm still sitting on the fence here. Alex is going to need another one roundabouts because Aron has got a pretty good shot on. But he just needs to change. Get 4 shots really good here. It's pretty handy if the jack can go that way if he gets his own bowl onto the jack there. So,
What do you reckon?
What's he going to play?
Just draw another shot. Here we go. It's on its way. This to decide the winner of quarterfinal number 2 and the second team to move into the semi-finals of the UBC. Just under the line there from Sherriff. Moama will progress. What a battle that was. Started off with Exodus 21-3 after the first end, but after 5 ends, Moama prevailed. Down now to Georgia White with the victorious Moama boys.
Well, what an exciting game, guys. Well done.
Yeah, great game. You know, we got off to a bad start there. These guys got off to a good start. Matty Baus did really well. But after 2-3 ends, Matty went off a little bit, but Jesse came on at a really good game, and we can dictate the game, you know, from there on.
Jesse, do you feel like it's an advantage playing here at Warilla? Are you comfortable on this ring?
Oh, look, yeah, I've played here the last 11 years now, and green slowly changes every now and then, but, like, yeah, obviously we live and breathe on it at the moment, so it's obviously a little bit of an advantage.
The crowd loved the game. Plenty of excitement during the match, so well done and good luck in your next one, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Georgia. We've seen 2 fantastic matches today. Streaky Bay Sharks clinical in their win against Bowls Asia Eagles, and there we had Moama just edging out Team Exodus. Next week's show, and what a cracker it's going to be, Dandenong Club against the hometown Warilla Gorillas. We're going to have the Jungle Bar packed, also all the viewers around the world, so thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, put this time slot in your calendar because we're coming back to you with more action next week.